Either way, I'm gonna him up. Talking about you don't feel sorry for this guy.
No, Cameron Smotherman did not miss weight, mother. That is not who I was talking about. Put it together, buddy. Does it make sense?
If he really cared, he would look and he just say, "Uh-oh."
I laughed with 2 eyes, but I knocked you out with 1. Holy
Hey, I said
But
yes.
you were willing
So I was
to fight
willing.
him.
I was training my ass
You
off.
don't, you don't get champions like that. You don't get champions that are just gonna say yes to a fight in 2 weeks.
Like I fought for a belt in 2 weeks because I was the challenger.
Yes.
But when you're the champion,
Wait, didn't you win that one?
I did.
Wasn't that against Luke Rockhold?
It was. It's well established.
Oh.
Yeah.
For sure, the new school got more talent and more skill, for sure. And then the old school are more tougher, for sure.
We are live on the Jaxxon podcast. We're sitting here with the champ, Joshua Van, his coach, Daniel Pineda, 4-Ounce Fight Club in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go!
And we got the greatest co-host. He can't look right, so we had to move seats. He can only look left. The champ's in the house. And off the break, you want some smoke with Bisping. He called out your boy.
You call out my boy, man.
What happened?
Man. Talking about you don't feel sorry for this guy.
No.
You know, cutting
No.
weight and stuff.
Talking about the guy who flatlined?
Yes.
Yeah. Cameron
crazy,
Smotherman did not miss weight, motherfucker. That is not who I was talking about. I was talking about Alex Perez, who missed weight right before him. Put it all together, Josh. Put it together, buddy. Does it make sense?
If he really cared, he would look and he just say, "Uh-oh."
I did. I looked and
He
I went,
said you did his boy dog.
yeah, I looked and I went,
It's crazy, bro.
shit. You know, hey, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Alex Perez. I didn't know he was going to pass out. I didn't know he had a bad weight cut. I didn't know he wasn't being professional in the run-up to the weigh-in. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
UFC,
that
it
was
always
bad.
starts calm, and then towards the end, people start questioning their life, Bisping, and
Yeah.
that's what you did to this poor kid.
Well, Josh, it's good to have you here, buddy. I saw you last week in Sydney.
Yes,
We did a little Q&A in front of some drunk Australians.
I got to tell you something. He walked in here. The first thing he tells me, he goes, Bisping saved my life with a bunch of drunk guys in Australia. I go, y'all got in a fight with Bisping in Australia? He didn't even tell the whole story.
No. Nothing like that. But Josh, you seem a little more chatty today. In Australia, you were a little on the quiet side.
What happened in Australia?
No, so there was like a big a dinner for some MMA fans. John Anik was hosting it. There was me, there was Joshua and Carlos Praches. And John Anik was hosting the Q&A. Josh was like very much one-word answers. Carlos is cool as hell, but again, not the most chatty guy. Yeah. And John Anik sweating profusely, running around the place, asking questions. I'm like, I got to step up here. So, I talked out of my ass and gave some verbal diarrhea for an hour, and I helped the guys out.
Saved the day?
He saved the day, man.
You and Prates couldn't figure it out?
No, bro, we just sitting right there.
They were asking him questions like, yep, nope. I'm like, bro, you got to give these people a little bit. They're paid good money.
You don't care, huh?
No, I just don't know. First, I can't understand their accent, right? And then
They speak English.
yeah, but it's like a different type of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
A lot of mates.
What's the relationship for everybody at home? Coach Daniel Pineda is here, just so everybody off the break knows what's going on. 4-Ounce Fight Club in Houston, right? Yes, so how long you guys been together?
About 3 going to 4 now.
Not together. I meant like how long you guys been training them?
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, just I gotta be
Not
very,
together.
I gotta always be very clear for the audience. But you guys been training together for 3-4 years,
Yes, sir.
and you've been with him the whole time because you went straight into MMA from basically nothing.
Well, before I met him, I trained at a gym called Sunset Silverback, and then he had to close down the gym. Something going on and stuff like that. So I didn't have a gym for like 3 of my fight, and then when they offered me one of the top guys, right? I think he's number 1 in like Texas fighting region or something. And then I was like, when they offer me him, that's when I know I got to go to a real gym. And then that's when I go to him.
How'd you approach you?
Crazy thing about it is the gym that he was actually training at was my first gym I trained at.
Right.
Silverback.
Silverback.
It was Silverback. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the head coach there passed away, and I burnt off.
Oh, was that Saul Solis?
No. That was
sorry.
Tony Orozco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then their sons opened up a gym, and that's where he went to.
I see.
And it's crazy. Then he came to me
Yeah.
at Foreign's Fight Club, and right there with all the coaches. Look at him now.
I was going to say, whatever you're doing, it's paying off, man. I mean, flyweight champion
I don't
of
like
the world.
him, man. As soon as he turns 60, me and him gonna run it back.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm calling him out. Catch weight.
Well, since you're calling people out, who do you want next? Me and Bisping were just talking about this. Who do
Yeah.
you want to fight?
I want anyone, bro. Like Manel, Tyra, Pantoja, and the guy that Horiguchi or
Kyoji Horiguchi, he's doing well.
That guy, Horiguchi, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're the champ, so obviously you got the target on your back. And right now, the flyweight division, I don't think has ever been any stronger. You know, there's a lot of solid contenders. Obviously, Manel Kape's out there making a lot of noise. Pantoja, given the way that you won the belt, there's a lot of people probably making a bit of noise and talking a bit of shit. So have you heard anything from the UFC yet, though?
No, not yet, man. I asked for like whoever. I said the top 5 I asked and nothing.
Okay, so if you had to make a choice, though, if you had to pick one name out of all those guys, what would that be? Or do you not want to say because you don't want to give them the...
Well, I do want to run it back with Pantoja. That's the first thing I want. But then he going to take some times off and things like that. So I think I want Manel.
Manel Kape.
Yes,
I mean,
Manel
that's the best fight right now. I mean, Manel is...
I mean, we
a
saw what he
monster.
did to Royval, though.
Well, think about Royval, bro. The fight that me and him had, like, I think I kind of like softened him up for Manel, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like,
that's what a fighter should say. It's like, you dropped him in the 3rd round at the end of that.
Yes.
He wasn't unconscious, but you're saying that you cracked his jaw,
Yeah.
you cracked the chin, you weakened the armor, and then Manel came in and finished the job.
You say you softened up Royval?
softened him up. Like, think about it. Like,
Roadhog's going to come for you, bro. And me.
I mean, Royval is a good guy. You know, we fought. I hit him with like hard shot all 3 rounds, and then in the last second he cracked. You know what I mean? So that's all it take for all these fighters to get hit with that one shot, and then they ain't never the same. You know. So I think going into Manel fight, like, he don't really want to get hit no more. So when that happened, that's when you get hit with the big shot and get knocked out like that.
Manel does seem to have like the biggest power. Respectfully,
Yes.
At 125, I mean, he's the guy that's putting most people to sleep. How would you approach a fight with Manel? I mean, obviously the one loss in the US. Well, he lost to Pantoja when he first signed. I think there was another one, but he lost to Mokaev as well. He got out grappled there. How would you approach it?
Well, Manel, he's not consistent, guys, right? Because one fight he'll show up, he'll be like the greatest fighter, and then the other fight, he'd be like trash ass fighter, right? So we don't know which Manel's gonna show up, right? Either way, I'm gonna fuck him up. That's what it is. So I think he show up on like, I think he's I'm not gonna say weak mentally, but like he look at the guy, and then if you think he can beat them, that's when he show up.
A lot of the time, guys like that, because Manel's really talented and he's very explosive and he has these natural gifts. I see it all the time. Guys that have those natural gifts like that, they're the guys that don't train as much. They don't push it quite as hard. I'm not saying that about Manel. You're saying that. And I can see why you would say that, because he's one of those guys. You know, like Rampage. Rampage was so talented and so explosive.
Yeah.
Guy hated training.
Hated it.
He did not like
Says it
training
himself.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was so talented and so gifted.
Yeah. But he loves fighting. So I think that's like the biggest thing, though, is like, you love fighting, though, huh?
I love
Like this
fighting.
morning, I even asked you, I'm like, yo, when are you training? He's like, bro, I've been traveling. I've been doing this. He just wants to get in there and fight again. But Royval, do you feel like they'll give you a rematch with Royval before they would give you a rematch with Pantoja?
Nah, man. Royval just took a bad loss, so I think he gonna have to fight a couple times and win a couple times. For them to run it back. But you know what I mean. I'm willing to fight anyone and anybody, you know, in that division. So, but as of right now, Pantoja or Manel.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Tyra, because Tyra was looking good against Moreno.
Talk about that Pantoja fight, because Pantoja, I mean, obviously was a great champion. Comes in, he throws the head kick, you kind of catch it on the shoulder, and then he goes down, plants the arm, right? It's one of those things. How was that winning the belt under those circumstances? I know. I've seen your comments. They're like, listen, I went out there, I walked away with the belt. That's on him, and I agree. But like, can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, nobody want to win a fight that way, right? But then when I look back into the first couple week, like coaches were like, "You win," and I didn't want to accept it, and I'm like, but then as I keep watching the fight over and over, then I understand, like, at the end of the day, Pantoja is a black belt, and he should know how to fall, right?
Yep.
And I feel like going into that fight, I know that I'm gonna knock him out inside 3 rounds, right? I even tell you guys right here, I say I'm gonna knock him out inside 3 rounds, and that's what I believe, and that's what I was gonna do. But I think the arm saved him.
Yeah,
from getting
I
knocked
mean,
out.
fair play to him because he came out and said, you beat him fair and square. Because two guys step in an octagon, if one guy can't walk out or can't continue fighting, that's not your fault. You know, and I thought he was very gracious in the way he handled it as well.
Yeah,
he's a class act.
He's a great champion.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Never come up with excuse or nothing like that. So that's why I do want to run it back, show the fans who is, you know what I mean, the best flyweight in the world. So I do want to run it back.
I saw an interesting interview after the fight. You were sitting down with DC, and he was talking about the greatest flyweight champion of all time, and he said Pantoja. You said Pantoja, and then you guys forgot about our boy Mighty Mouse, and you're like, you said who's that? You said who's Mighty Mouse? And I was like, what do you mean? You don't know who Mighty Mouse is?
Well, the thing is,
You must have been just talking shit, though.
No. Like I
No, come on. You know who Mighty Mouse is.
I swear to God, like I didn't know he was in the UFC. I saw his highlight.
These kids, man.
I
You know he was
no,
kidding.
no.
Mighty Mouse was in the UFC.
I saw him fight
Oh my God.
in one championship,
Yeah.
and I remember his highlight was everywhere when he knocked out the guy with the flying knee or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it was like his revenge or something because the guy knocked him out with a knee or something. That videos I see a lot. Yeah. So
You
that's
never
how
saw
I
him.
know.
Who was it that he suplexes the guy, then he gets the arm bar?
Flying armbar.
What's his name?
DC was telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. I mean, he defended the belt like, what, I don't know, 10 times or
times.
something
He said
crazy.
11.
No,
He
he's
said
a goat.
11. Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
More.
There you go.
I mean, Demetrius Johnson is probably by far, without a doubt, the greatest flyweight champion
I
of
know
all time.
him.
Yeah. But you honestly didn't know him.
I never watched his fight.
So when did you start watching UFC or even consuming it?
When I got into the game, which is like 2020. But
Right.
then I saw Conor McGregor when he fight Mayweather.
Yeah.
And you know how they was going back and forward in the press conference and things like that? That's when I do my research. Yeah.
So this has got to be what it was against Ray Borg, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Was he
This
Ray
has
Borg?
got to be one of the craziest moves of all time.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's like a full flying armbar, right? Like in air, catching the armbar. I mean, how would you even classify that?
I mean, he picks him up to like kind of suplex him and then just
Kind of just lets him go in the
adapts
air.
mid-air.
Just
Yeah,
lets him go in the
I mean,
air
that's
and
how
adapts
good
on.
Mighty Mouse was, and that's just one clip of many that you can go to. That's not the best
way.
clip.
What was that? What was that?
I don't know. That was something Luke Rockhold might specialize in.
Yeah, that was crazy. I
Grinding
never
into
saw
the
that.
canvas, but
I never
whatever.
saw the dick grind on the canvas.
Yeah. Hey, listen, when you fly an armbar someone, you want to dick grind the canvas, go ahead.
I talked to him about this. He said he was practicing and training for these types of moves. Like people think that that's just like all natural and instinctual. Like this guy's that good. He was actually trying to set up these types of moves. The fact you didn't know who he was killed me because I'm one of your biggest fans. I texted Joshua Van right away. I said, no, you fall back. You got to know who Mighty Mouse is. He's like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh my God. I brought him here today. I was going to let you guys scrap.
But he wasn't watching before 2020.
He wanted to fight him.
So
Yeah,
I totally
that's
get
why I
it.
wanna fight him.
I totally understand. Like when I started, I only started following the UFC when I was going to become a fighter. Granted, that was a lot earlier. That was 2003. But until then, I wasn't keeping up with it. I didn't know who was who, you know?
Yeah, no disrespect though. Like I just don't.
Yeah,
I never see him fight in the UFC. So
sure.
that's why.
When did you actually sit down and say, okay, I'm going to start watching tape or I'm going to start looking at maybe past fighters? Do you still do that?
I don't.
Or you still don't even do that?
I don't. When they give me name, then that's when when they give me Royval, I just watch Royval for all camp. And when they give me Pantoja, I watch Pantoja like all camp. Other than that, man, sometime I watch like when like Volk fight and stuff like that. You know, I just watch a certain fighter like Peter Jans and things like that. So
But you don't follow the sport like a regular fan does.
no.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I watch my fight all the time.
Your fights.
My own fight. You know,
That's all time.
I love myself, bro. Like I just
No,
You
you've got
should.
to.
You're a champion. Coach, you ever tell him, like, yo, we got to sit down and watch some tape. We got to see what these guys do on the ground as a jiu-jitsu coach?
He just watches himself the whole time.
That's it.
No, there's a,
Just wants to see what he does wrong, what he does right.
yes.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, right, Bisping?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what you got to do because
Yeah.
when you're in the gym or the cage or the ring and you're sparring or whatever, and your coach is saying you're dropping your left hand or whatever the example is, you don't really believe it until you watch it back. That's why filming sparring footage is so good because then when you watch it back, you're like, oh shit, I was dropping my left hand or whatever the example is. You know, it's only when you really see it that you understand and it goes in mentally, you know?
Yes, sir.
Speaking of watching fights, a lot of people in our Jaxxon podcast Discord had a question for you. They said, what do you see as a fighter versus as a commentator sitting courtside right there, sitting right by the cage, you know, with your feet on the floor versus being a fighter? Do you see the fight differently?
I do.
Really?
I sit there and I think, what are these people doing? They are out of their goddamn minds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You see somebody get knocked out and they're just a few feet from me and they're led there and they're unconscious and they're not moving. I do. Maybe I've gone soft. Maybe I'm getting old, you know, but I'm like, geez, you know. But then I think back, I used to do that for years and years and years. So it's weird, man. When you retire and you step away, it's like, it's a different feeling. You know?
If the UFC handed you the keys tomorrow, if Dana White said, Bisping, here's the event for the night, what would you change about the fights? Anything?
What would I change about the fights? Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot here. What would I change? What would you change?
I mean, a lot of people talk about the scoring system. They would like to see it live, who's winning each
Yeah,
round, so you don't have
yeah.
to wait. A lot of people talk about maybe the time, just make
The
everything.
open scoring thing,
Yeah.
that's always a conversation. I don't really think that's too big of a deal. I
Really?
think fighters are trying to finish fights regardless. I don't know about you, Josh, but any fight I was in, I'm trying to finish. What about you?
Honestly, I like I forgot what show it was. It was Pride, right?
Yep,
Like
yep.
10 minutes.
Oh,
That
oh.
one round, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I would let
way.
them go straight 15 minutes.
I do
No
like the
way.
yellow cards. The yellow cards and the
penalty
red cards.
They
Yeah.
also lost a piece of their money with that thing.
I would just let
You
them go
said
straight
15 minutes straight?
Like go straight.
15
Let
minutes?
them fight. Like if
Yeah.
it's a fight, you know what I'm saying?
What was the reason? What do you think you get out of that?
I mean, honestly, so like I have asthma, right? So every time that when I stop fighting and I get in the corner, this is when I start tripping out. Like I can't breathe. Like fuck, I need air. You know.
Yeah,
If I'm
yeah.
fighting, I'm not thinking about that. I'm fighting.
But do you think the fans get more of a fight by allowing the fighter to reset than they get that explosiveness? They're not just going to see a long, drawn-out, tired match?
No, and like he said, everybody's trying to finish. I mean, well, I was. Every time
Yeah.
I fought, I was trying to finish everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I don't know. I used to like that. I wish I would have fought. like
I
that.
understand what you're saying because it does favour the strikers to a certain degree. You'll get a good position, you ride it out to the end of the round, and the fight starts back on the feet. But that was instrumental in the sport kind of getting legitimised, you know, back in the day because it wasn't even allowed on pay-per-view. A lot of states were banning it, so they had to regulate it, bring in some rounds, bring in some times, bring in a bunch of rules and stuff like that. And that's what allowed the sport to get to where it is today. I'm with you. I hear what you're saying, and I do understand your point, and kind of agree with it in some ways, but it was essential to the growth of the sport, you know.
I just think that's too much for 15 minutes straight.
Go 15 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have suited me.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people
you
talk about
like that?
cardio.
Yeah,
I mean,
too, yeah.
my cardio was always the
Cardio
best
is good,
thing.
but it's like, man, like if you watch grappling, right? Like the grappler,
Yeah.
if you don't want to see that for like, you know,
Well, no, you
15
don't.
minutes and things
That-
like that.
Sometimes I think the referee should step in sooner and break it
that's,
up.
That
Right.
is another thing too. I think like if they're just grinding them out, just holding them, get them back up.
That's
You
the
know
thing
what
I
I'm
would
saying?
change about the scoring on grappling. Like if they just hold you and do nothing, no damage, I think they shouldn't have like.
Well, it's in the rules. They are supposed to be
Yeah.
advancing the position. They are supposed to be trying to do damage or, as I say, advanced position. And if they're not doing that, then it's just stalling, you know. So
Yeah.
they should step in there. And they do for the most part. But sometimes I think, geez, man,
know.
break it up a little bit. Certainly when they're up against the fence for like 3-4 minutes with the over-unders.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what's going on?
That's crazy.
You know?
Back them up, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people watch the UFC right now, and the reason why it's the leading martial art like discipline in terms of sports and the way they put it together is because of how exciting the fighters are and how exciting the fight buildups are. But I believe that, you know, if you were to compare a UFC fight to ONE or to PFL, it's not even comparable, even with the amount of, you know, stalling we see.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
these
no,
fights
no.
are just so next level.
No, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
look at this right now. Here's Roy Van going back and forth, trading blows. Is this the third round?
This is the second round.
Second
So
round.
this was obviously set a lot of records in the flyweight bout. Most, significant strikes landed over 100 plus. And you guys were doing things that the crowd was going nuts. Can you walk me through one thing with this? Everybody talks about why you didn't go in, why you didn't want to shoot on him. You have insane ground game.
Look at my toes second round. Every time I throw that right, I would just, because remember I messed up my toe from, look at the toe.
Your big toe?
Right? Like, yes.
On the left foot?
No, the right.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to like turn because it hurt. It feel like it's out of place. And then every time I step back, it go back in.
Yeah. No, I've been there. You want to see something disgusting?
Yeah.
Google Michael Bisping's toe, UFC Glasgow. And then click images, right? And my feet are bad, so I shouldn't be bringing this up. My feet are good these days. You know how it is when you're on the mats all the time. Your feet get trashed, right? Michael Bisping's toe, UFC Glasgow, and then got images. The skin on my toe ripped off because I pivoted. And like the monster or the big logo in the middle, it's like sandpaper. And when I pivoted, all the fucking skin came off.
No way.
Bro, and it was so painful. For like
that happened to me.
For 2 rounds, I'm like limping around on my little. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, that belongs in a museum. It's so clean. Look at that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's a piece of salami hanging out your big toe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's
Look
get
at
it
that
off.
thing.
I'm going to throw up.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and my toes were bad back then as well. So, you know what I
What
mean?
was the canvas made up of back then?
Sandpaper.
No,
I
it's
think.
still like that.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, it's still like
my
that. The canvas is not every. Yeah.
Did you win the fight?
I won the fight, of
Thank
course.
the Lord.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring it up otherwise.
Yeah. Thank the
Hell no.
Lord. So you say that Royval got softened up a little bit in this fight from now.
Look at the
from
right
those
hand, man.
punches.
Like, he land punches, but it's all jab and stuff like that, But then look at the striking, the striking stuff
Output?
that I land. Yeah, the output that I land. It's all damaged, like it's all power punch, Look at all
Did this
kind
get fight of the night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great fight.
I think I fight of the year. didn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, this is one of the best fights of
See?
the year.
Yeah,
It says
there
fight
go
of the year on
1-2.
UFC's YouTube. Is there momentum? Is there a moment in the fight where the other guy's just done, like before he knows it? And I'll ask this to both of you guys and coach as well. Like, did you know that Royval was going to lose this fight? Was there ever a moment where you knew you had him?
The first round, I thought I had him, like, because it was like I landed, and then I was like, I had him. And then he turned up in the second round. I was like, oh, like, just putting that pace on me. And then I was like, that was something new, And then I was like, all right, I got to step up. And then in the third round, like, I was trying to, like, time him, but then it's kind of hard to time him because he just come forward and throwing strike out to strike. And he's long. And he throwing them knees, so I don't really want to go to the body too much, because I don't want to get caught with them knees. But, yeah.
This is a sick fight because this is just a replay. It's not live.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm enthralled watching it. Non-stop action, going back and forth, toe to toe. You need opponents like that to
Yes.
raise your game because that's what brings out the greatness in you. And that's why I don't think anyone has any issue right now that you're sitting there with the belt because of, all right, Pantoja, the way it went down. But, bro, you proved yourself leading up to it that you deserved that opportunity in the first place.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Bisping, the UFC's changed massively since you won your title. I mean, and the game constantly is evolving. What's better now and what's better versus your era?
What's better now? I mean, obviously, the fighters are taken care of so well. I mean, the Performance Institute, the weight cuts, even though we were laughing about that thing before, but the weight cuts and the advice and the resources and the diet.
He wasn't laughing.
And everything. Everything that the UFC offer. I mean, geez, you guys are soft. Back in my day, we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything, bro.
Whoa.
Right?
So he was talking about your boy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No. Like,
crazy.
I'd fly to Australia.
First class.
And first class. And, we'd have to go up to a restaurant and, we'd look at the menu and see what there is. And, I'd say about, I guess I can eat that. And then I'd say to the waitress, no salt, please. I'm actually allergic to salt. And they'd be like, you can't be allergic to salt. I'm like, trust me, I've got a rare condition. I'm allergic to salt. Because the chefs always put the salt on it because they want it to taste good. But, that's just one example of the shit you have to go to because you're on the road. You guys, you get spoon-fed. You get it all given to you.
Wait, how do they get food? How do you guys get food at the fights?
Bring your meal meals.
Bring the meal.
I'm
They sent the
teasing.
meal.
I'm
That's
teasing.
crazy.
But they do get the meals.
Yeah.
I'm being silly. And
No,
joking,
but
of
it's
course.
true though because that last.
But it's
fight-
great. No,
the
I
last
know.
Podcast, someone said that I had no clue.
They get given but it's awesome. It's a really good sign of the evolution of the sport. I'm only being silly when I'm joking.
No, but no, honestly,
one
hey,
thing.
Well, the thing is
No, they're
that
also-
okay. Here, I'm gonna tell you the difference between
like
the old school and the new school. For sure, the new school got more talent and more skill, for sure.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the old school are more tougher, for sure.
The old school are more tougher?
more tougher
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll give
Like
them that.
you guys are just dog it out, you know.
Yeah.
And the newer, like us fighters, we just better.
Yeah, the skill levels go.
saying that to Michael Bisping.
No, I'm saying
One of
like
the biggest dogs the UFC's ever seen,
No, but-
and he's looking at you like, yeah, you guys were just dogs,
Yeah,
but we're actually
yeah.
skillful fighters.
We're a bunch of
I
pussies.
like this new Joshua man. I like the champ.
I like this
the
version.
champ energy.
I like this version as well. I see him outside of the car park, but it's all good. No, but you're right though, because the level of the sport gradually
Yes.
gets better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, world records always get broken.
sir.
The sport science gets better. The nutrition gets better. The technique. You guys are learning how to do arm bars and shit like that, you know, on your first day. I remember when I was training, you know, trying to figure out how to escape triangles. I remember now you just go on YouTube and you can see 20
Yes.
ways to escape a triangle. I remember sitting around a mat. It was me, Dan Hardy, Paul Daly, and a few others going, right. And one of us would get someone in a triangle and we're spitballing and just like coming up with ideas and trying shit to try and escape a triangle.
Yeah.
To making it up ourselves. You know what I mean? Whereas now you just go on YouTube and there you go. You got
Yes,
a million tutorials.
Yeah, you're pioneering the game too, though. I feel like back then, even like Coach Pereira would say, is like the way people approach fight camps, the way people approach fights, and the way you were able to even watch tape and what you were gonna see. Like, it's just a completely different era. It's not like I'm not saying you grew up and fought in the VHS era, but it is a completely different era from the amount of tools and resources they're given now. And I do think like one thing, for example, a lot of fighters, they come on here and people get a completely different side of them. But even their fighting style, people are tending to be like, well, we still haven't seen enough from him. And I believe that's why John Jones said something about, you know, he likes footage on fighters.
Yep.
And if he doesn't have enough footage on a fighter, you know, this is just what I've seen on the internet. It was something to that point. I don't want to quote, you know, misquote John Jones because he's the GOAT. But I do believe that people do appreciate the level of footage now. But with social media and the way the training camps are set up, like we were talking about our last podcast, the biggest misconception about fighters. Something as a coach, what do you think the biggest misconception people have about the way he fights and who he is as a fighter as his coach?
Ooh,
Well, I thought he was a quiet, nervous little guy until he started shit talking 5 minutes ago.
No, the champ's
so
different
so
now.
I got that wrong.
The champ's different now, Bisping.
Yeah, I got my race now.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's real quiet now. I mean, his confidence
He's
is up
walking
now,
around,
man.
he's got
That's
the belt on
good.
his
Is it
shoulder, he's got the
confidence?
champ, he's got the
Well,
money, he's got the watches, he's got the girls.
When I first when he came to our gym, his head was so freaking big.
Really?
Oh God, he walked around like a shit his thing. And it was crazy because he was just starting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but you need that ego though.
no, he does. You know,
You
it's
do.
good. But you got to respect the other fighter too.
Yeah.
You can't go in there thinking you just got to kill everybody because it doesn't go like that. One punch, I'll switch everything.
But the man is the champion of the world.
And he is a champ, so now allow him to talk shit.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but as I say, all fighters, you need that ego because you got to
yeah.
believe that you're capable
Oh,
of
yeah.
stepping in an octagon with anyone else on the planet at your weight class, and you will beat the shit out of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and some people call that delusion. It's not delusion. You gotta have that self belief because if you don't have that, you're in the wrong game. And once the doubt starts to creep in, then it's done. It's over. The game is done. If you don't believe in yourself, if you start being timid in the cage because you've been knocked out and stuff like that, it's the beginning of the end. You know that.
Can you build that confidence? Can a coach help you build that? Does a fighter have to get that on his own? I mean, you won the belt, but you always seem like the scrappiest dude. And the stories we've seen and how we watched you come up in your career, never seemed like you doubted yourself.
You can build it to a certain degree, but I think you've either got it or you haven't. You know, you can't manufacture. I mean, I guess you could to a certain degree, but you can't manufacture fake confidence. Yeah, okay. You can see your progression in your technique. You can see, I know how to do all these arm bars and wrestling and this and that. But on the night, when you step in there on the mat and there's 20,000 people watching and millions around the world, you know, as a coach, that's when people are made or they're broken. You know, because I know so many great fighters. I train with them in the mats and they're fucking incredible. But they can't win a fight on the regional scene, you know? And that's why this sport is such a bitch you know, because you put in so much time and effort and you commit so much and you spend 20 years of your life and then all of a sudden you think, shit, I'm not going to make it. You know, and I could have done anything else with my time. And now here I am, a broke-ass fighter that's got a record of 3-9 or something, you know?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, we see a lot of fighters give their life to the UFC and even to the other promotions, PFL, Bellator, and they go through this process, but then they become journeymen. It's like, at a certain point, do they need a better coach? Do they need a stop? Do they need I mean, it is a unique sport where it's not like you can just get a $10 million contract and be the 10th player on the basketball team, you know?
But it's a little bit different. In the UFC, if you become like a fan favorite, and yeah, I didn't get a title fight until 27 fights in the UFC. Wow. But I was making a really good living, like really good, you know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to be the champ, and I had number one contender matchups that I lost. But I was still happy doing what I did. I was traveling the world. I was making money. I was living my dream. And yeah, I wanted to be the champ, but I was still doing well. And I think there's a lot of people in the UFC that are kind of in that kind of area. They're not champs, but they're making really good money, and they are, you know, they're living a hell of a life, man. You know,
Just the talking.
What's something you've been working on since your last fight?
Yeah. We could have a personality.
That's what we're trying.
Well,
to
the talking is what Bisping earlier, just to stay on that point, Bisping said earlier, he's like, oh yeah, I was in Australia with these guys, and you know, me and John Anik had to kind of pull it together. But it is important, I believe, as like someone who runs a brand, right? We love Josh, so we want to work with him through Jaxxon. But you want people that are vocal, people that can have a point of view, people that express their points of view. Obviously, always, hopefully, in a good way that's positive and shares a good message. But you want a fighter who could rally the troops a little bit to get people excited to watch fights. I mean, I believe that that's what the UFC probably wants as well.
But you got to be authentic to yourself.
Yes.
Because the moment you start faking it, the moment you start trying to be that guy, it comes across as so corny and so cringe, and people are like, this.
I'll slap the shit out.
Oh, who do you think's the most cringe when it comes to talking crap before a fight?
Manel.
Oh shit.
Neil's actually a nice guy. I had him on the podcast. He loves food.
Well, yeah.
We all love food.
He loves restaurants. He loves to eat at fine dining.
Yeah, his fat ass.
Oh my God.
That's why he gets weight.
He really wants the Manel fight.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you think Manel's the top? I mean, obviously respect to Pantoja, and you know he's kind of out of the equation for the moment. But outside of Pantoja, you think Manel is the biggest challenge for you?
For sure, man. All joke aside, like he is, I think, one of the toughest in our division as of right now. So that's the reason why I want to fight him next. You know what I mean? And the thing is, he been talking too much shit.
Yep.
What's he say about you?
I don't, like, he called me out.
He called you out?
What I mean?
That upset you?
Well, he didn't upset me, but then he called me out, but then they offered him a fight, and then he said no. And then
he called you out, then they offered, then he said no.
Yeah. I wasn't even training.
Coach, why are you laughing?
Because this was behind.
Okay, but
Behind
no,
us?
not.
He took it personal, like Jordan.
Nobody's supposed to know about that.
So here's the thing. No, he put it out there, right?
Oh, he put it out there?
He said
put it out there.
So I was traveling. I was actually in Cali, right? Because traveling, not training, nothing. And then they called me. They was like, hey, you want to fight? I was like, do I want to fight? Yes, of course, I want to fight, right? And then I was like, cool. It was like, Manel. And then I was supposed to fight. We were supposed to step up for Kayla versus Amanda Nunes.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Oh,
First Paramount
2 weeks.
one.
Really?
Yes, 2 weeks notice. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna
So
get.
you and Manel were supposed to happen at UFC 324.
Yes. So I was at the airport in Cali, trying to go back to Houston, and I said yes. As soon as I got back to Houston, I was like, I gotta get in shape, right?
Yep.
Went straight to strength conditioning, doing cardio.
Felt
Man,
good.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I threw up and everything because I was out of shape. I wasn't being like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, but hey, I said yes.
You were willing.
So I was
to fight
willing.
him.
I was training my ass
You
off.
don't, you don't get champions like that.
3 days.
You don't get champions that are just gonna say yes to a fight in 2 weeks.
Like I fought for a belt in 2 weeks because I was the challenger.
Yes.
But when you're the champion,
Wait, didn't you win that one?
I did.
Wasn't that against Luke Rockhold?
It was. It's well established.
The guy I just met, yeah.
He said the guy he just met. I swear to God. What did you just say?
Yeah, the guy I just met just now.
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
You just met him.
Yeah, I just met him.
Oh Oh my God.
He
Yes,
doesn't.
the guy you just met is a former world champion, Strikeforce and UFC, one of the best to ever do it. And
the guy I just met.
And
The one that can kick over your head.
But just going back to the original point, though, it's one thing to take a title fight when you're the challenger because you got nothing to lose. But when you're Josh and you're defending the belt and you've worked your entire life to put yourself in that position to say, I'll take a title fight on 2 weeks' notice, and also against Manel Kape, who's one of the most dangerous stylistic matchups with probably the biggest power. That, my friend.
Thank you.
My
Think about
respect.
it. When I took Royval, when I took a chance with Royval, it was 3 weeks. Broke my toe, didn't say nothing. Took it, right? And then they earned me a title shot. So I fought Bruno Silva 3 weeks before I fought Royval, and then I took the chance. Now he got 2 weeks, which he shouldn't be that fat, right? Between, because he just had a fight 2 weeks ago, and I don't know how he gained all that weight.
Well, he likes to fine dining.
he loves fine dining.
And then,
but Ali got him training. He's always training.
he obviously not
So
doing
he said
it right.
no because he couldn't make weight. He said no.
He said,
He didn't wanna miss
he
weight.
waited 3 days to say no. So I was
Again,
just like, okay, are we
Do
fighting?
you think
I'm
Manel
not-
Kape is scared of you?
I don't think fighters are scared of fighters, but I'm
Bingo.
just saying, yes.
I don't. That's not true. That term gets thrown around a lot. Oh, this guy's scared of me.
Yeah.
He ain't scared of shit.
No one's scared.
No one's scared.
Does he think you have better technique? Does he think he would lose you? Then what's the term?
Well, I think in that regard there, I actually say fair play to Manel, because a lot of fighters, and it goes back to what we were talking about at the start, making weight.
Yes.
You got to be honest at the start when you sign that contract and say, I'll take this fight.
Yes.
Can you make weight or not? Because if you can't make weight, the whole exercise is pointless. Certainly if you're trying to fight for the belt. What if he missed weight by a pound, but then still wins the fight? I'm not saying he would have won, but let's just say he did.
Yeah.
He's not the champ. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's-
but then
you can't
he
do
still,
that.
he still get a chance to fight the champ. Like, if they offer me a title fight and I was a challenger in 3 days, I would have stepped in.
Yeah.
No complaint,
Like Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje.
right?
Insane.
There you go.
But he had to make weight, because if you don't make weight, then they won't call you back for that title shot.
Yeah.
So I gotta pull up this video. So I don't know. You know who Volkanovski is?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you know
Love that guy.
he's a goat in his division.
Yes.
Okay, I would say some would say he's
Your
probably.
division.
I would say some would probably say he is the featherweight goat, right? So he was on a podcast and he was talking about you.
My name is Joshua Van. Joshua Van. Sorry, Joshua. What do you think about him? That was like the first proper fight that I watched. I heard good things, and then I seen a couple of highlights. I'm like, oh man.
Did you watch him 3 weeks ago when he fought?
I ended up seeing the highlights of that.
Yeah.
But then I knew how good Roy Val is. But then I ended up picking Joshua Van just because I'm just like, man, just momentum right now, just on a tear. I'm like, I think he's going to get it done. Big week, international fight week. He will just turn it on, and oh man, did they turn that on? How was that, mate? That was, I reckon that's probably the best fight I've ever seen.
Dude, it was unbelievable. I mean, if you haven't.
The best fight he's ever seen.
That's crazy.
Volkanovski talking about you. How's that make you feel?
Bro, amazing, man. I met this guy in person. He's humble.
Volkanovski saying the best fight he's ever seen
Yes.
is you versus Royval.
That's good. Great.
Makes you feel good.
Feel good.
So when you go into something like this, just to clear the air on this one, because we all know Manel's probably, I would say, next up. I believe. I don't think Pantoja is probably going to be back in time. I think they got to get you guys a fight. This guy's top level athlete. He's on the tear right now. Do you believe that when you fight him, it's going to stay on your feet? You believe it's going to go to the ground? How do you think this guy's going to try to attack you?
Oh, you're definitely going to shoot. Definitely.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Really?
Definitely. Everybody
Has he ever shot?
I don't know.
I don't think Manel's not
He's not the best
a
grappler.
double leg type of guy.
He never
he's
fought. He never fought me. He never fight me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He know you got power?
Look, a lot of people say I ain't got no power, but then after they fight me,
Then they say he know he got power.
Yeah.
See, because
Hey, he got a different level of swag now.
I know, I like
He got
it.
some edge.
think about it, right? When you strike, like when you swinging hard, everybody got one punch knockout power, right? But then when I fight, I don't swing. I'm right here, like I don't swing wise or nothing. It's all technique.
Yeah.
So it's like, how you say precision, right? It's more of like striking precision, like not like force powers and things
Did
like
you
that.
start with boxing? Was that your first martial
No,
art?
I started in the street, right? I fight a lot, but then I watch fight on YouTube, and I actually go try it out, like
On the street?
yeah, on the street or in the school.
I mean, that is the next evolution. Like, I was getting into scraps on the street, but I wasn't going to YouTube looking for techniques and going, right, the next dickhead, I'm going to fucking...
Yeah, I actually like try
I'm
it.
going to get in with this.
How to submit someone? Hey, yo, come here, boy.
No, I don't know nothing about submit, but like school fight usually like they swing and then this and that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me do this thing if it work, and then
So you're like studying a 1-2 combo, then you're going to school and being like, yo, let me put the
Yes.
1-2 on a kid?
yes, kind of like that.
Those
Yeah.
poor kids
So
getting their ass whooped by the future flyweight champ.
Listen, Josh, before we go in the cage, because the audience is going to want to see a lot of breakdown, and we want to show the people at home how you would approach certain fights, and we want to see what you guys been working on, especially with the cage work, being a jiu-jitsu coach, plus Bisping. I got a bunch of questions for you. I'm going to rifle off some things, and I want to see kind of your quick opinion on this, so that way we can keep it to the short word answers that I know you like, even though we do love this side of you.
Yeah.
We love seeing you come out the shell a little bit. Pantoja rematch or Tyra, if you had to choose one or the other one.
Pantoja rematch.
Kape or Moreno?
That's hard. I would Moreno, just because he been there at the top.
Because he was a champion.
Yes, he was
So you
a
want to
champ.
beat champions.
But I want to beat the fuck out of Manel.
Out of who?
Manel.
You don't
So,
like him?
It's not that I don't like him. It's just he been talking too much. That why don't we just settle in the
But
cage?
he might
you
be
know?
a fighter that could back up what he's talking. You're not worried about it?
What back up?
Like, you don't think he can scrap? Like,
Well, that's why I want to test.
Yeah,
myself.
I love that.
Yeah, you know what
because
I mean?
I think he
Yeah.
knows that Manel's a real one. We all know Manel's a real
That's why
one.
he
He's got
wants
the
to fight.
power, and
he
he's
wants
like,
a real
yeah.
scrap.
he's like, this son of a bitch.
you-
He actually believes that
wants
he
to
can.
I love this.
Yeah.
The Roy Ball rematch or Haraguchi?
Who? Haraguchi.
You don't want to rematch with Roy Ball?
Royval, he got to build himself up to, and then I'm gonna have to wait.
He just got knocked
Yes.
out. Manel, to
So-
be fair. Hey, much love, Roy Val.
Royval, man, I
Talking
love
shit.
that. I love that guy, bro.
You
I
guys
learned
put on
a lot
a
from
show
that
for
fight.
the ages.
Yes,
That's
sir.
for sure. Albazi or Kai Kara France?
Bro, Kai.
Yeah? Have you ever trained with him?
No,
Oh, okay. I saw a video of you training. I couldn't see who it was.
no, he wasn't there. He was in New Zealand.
Oh,
But,
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And then Bisping, I some questions from the Discord. They said, basically, you fought some of these guys, but if you had to choose again, who would you fight?
Okay.
So first one was Anderson Silva or John Jones?
I fought Anderson Silva. I beat Anderson Silva. John Jones is a weight class above me and probably the greatest of all time. And I don't fancy getting my face split open with elbows. So we'll say Anderson Silva.
You think John would use elbows against you? You
Fuck,
think he could get in
use
close
elbows
against
against
you?
everyone. You know what I
Against
mean?
you? I think you'd be able to work the clinch.
I mean, that's very kind of you to say. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, I'll take John Jones. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, trust me. I'll have a go. But we'll go with Silva.
GSP or Nick Diaz?
You know what? I fought GSP. I would beat GSP. GSP knows that, but I tore my ribs.
What do you mean?
I got a crazy story.
What do you mean
about
he
my
knows
ribs.
that?
He knows that. No,
Yes.
George is the man.
Yes.
George,
Yes. I love it.
George is the man. I love George.
Okay.
I love it.
Perillo knows this. Last training session before camp, I tear all the cartilage in my ribs. I'm like, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. This doctor, Perillo takes me to a doctor. He says, right, you can't fight. They do all the imaging. You can't fight. I'm like, well, I'm fighting. It's George St. Pierre, Madison Square Garden. You know, by far the biggest payday of my career. And it was nice. I thought, I'm collecting that payday. Yeah. And he said, well, you're not going to be able to fight. I said, well, there must be something we can do. And he said, well, we can give you lidocaine. And then if you FaceTime me 20 minutes before the fight, I'll walk you through it, how to inject yourself with lidocaine so you don't feel the pain. But you got to be careful because if you do it wrong, you'll puncture your lung and die, right? So when I get to New York, he gives me the lidocaine and he gives me the needle. I go and see a doctor. I say, is this illegal? Is this like cheating? And they went, no, it's not cheating. But if you declare it to the athletic commission, they're going to say, you can't fight because you're injured. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to call it. Anyway, last minute, I didn't do it. But yeah, you know, he beat me fair and square. But, you know.
Yeah, he was
And who was the other one?
Nick Diaz.
Me and Nick were supposed to fight. Like, well, he wanted to fight. I was in New York. We were hanging out. We were in a nightclub. Leonardo DiCaprio was at the next table. I don't know where Nick Diaz came from. And then next minute, me and Nick Diaz are hanging out all night, having the best time ever. But all he kept talking about was, we got to fight. We got to fight. And I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. But all night long. He was great, though. He was awesome. Nick's a legend.
Vanderlei Silva or Chuck Liddell?
Fought Vanderlei Silva, was robbed by the judges on Vanderlei Silva. Chuck Liddell's absolute legend. Back in my day, I would have loved a little go at Chuck.
How would you have fought Chuck Liddell with those big overhand
Yeah,
rights?
it would have been a pain in the ass.
Is there a way to fight someone competitively, strategically against someone that you know just throws huge overhand rights like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're throwing overhand rights, a straight right down the pocket is the perfect counter to that, you know, because A to B, as the crow flies, will always be the looping shot, you know. But Chuck, I ain't gonna sit here and say anything bad about Chuck Liddell. The man helped build this sport.
Chuck is
he's
an
a
absolute legend. He was one of the first guys that helped support us here.
Yeah,
he
he's-
helped support
he's
all
the
my
man.
brands.
He's
He's
the
been
man.
around. You know, believe it or not, and this is kind of a funny story. My family would throw a big charity event. We'd feed 200-300 families at our paintball park, SC Village, and the first two guys to step up and be basically guest of honor for this event and say hi to all the kids. One was Rampage, one was Tito Ortiz.
Yep.
Chuck Liddell saw that, hits me up, and he goes, "Why didn't you call me?" And I'm like, "Chuck, I have Tito here. You know, I'm good friends with Tito too. I'm young at the time. I'm only 25.
Right.
Rampage pulls up in the green Lambo. I go back 15 years with Rampage.
Yep.
So I'm like, I just didn't want any issues. Rampage and Tito were cool. I didn't want a third guy there. Chuck's like, bro, for family and for charity, like, I'll do anything. You guys are good. And I'm like, wow, that was amazing. Then he came.
Yeah.
So like, to believe, like, yeah, they had this insane rivalry, but they understood what they were building for the sport. They need like a real ESPN 30 for 30 to really break down what they did for this sport, because people really don't understand.
Yeah, because
how
those
superstar-
those guys, they're not the type of people. Yeah, they had rivalries and they're all in the same division and
Yeah.
they're all the champion at one point. But they're not the type of guys to see each other here and start throwing down or at a charity event.
No.
you know.
The craziest thing, I was 23 years old. It was my birthday in Hollywood, and Chuck and Tito were both there. Rampage was there. Everybody was there. There was Nick Diaz is there. Luke, that was the first time I ever met Luke Rockhold. And so I have a video, me and Nick. Luke Rockhold's trying to steal all these girls from another table. They're yelling at him to leave, that he's a creep. He ends up coming back to our table with 20 chicks somehow. He was like James Bond at the time. And these two guys were pressing me at the bathroom. I was also talking very loud, telling people like I'm a fighter and I'll scrap. And I knew my table was
Doesn't
filled.
sound like you at all.
No, I was
Yeah, yeah.
loud. And I remember I was like, oh, damn, this guy's not like joking around with me. And he was a big dude. And I turn around, I'm like, do something, bro. I will kill you. My whole table will kill you. Like, I just keep talking about my table. And I hear someone in the bathroom stall flush and go, Bear, shut up. And I'm like, sounds like Chuck. And I look and it was Chuck Liddell. Chuck's like, bro, I'm sorry about him. He's like dumb. And then the guy's like, oh, I don't want no problems with you. And we walk back to the table and Chuck's like, of course I'm going to have your back, but can you not start problems? And I was so young. And I was like, damn, dude, what a man, dude. He still stuck up for me. I almost got jumped.
No,
All right,
he's
Vitor Belfort, Yoel Romero.
I mean, I thought Vitor, he was juiced to the gills, so it wasn't really a fair fight.
I mean, he was
Romero
on testosterone, not juice.
Yeah, wow, bro.
You ever seen that fight?
No,
Have you ever seen Vitor juice?
He was
on
jacked
test?
out of his mind.
He invented natural testosterone.
Yeah, no. He went anywhere near a lab, the lab would blow up. You know what I'm saying? So it's off the charts. You know what I mean? Every performance enhancing
TRT.
drug known
you
to
don't know
man.
who Vitor Belfort is? No. Are you kidding me?
I know Tito Ortiz.
Okay, that's not what I asked, dude.
I don't
You
think
don't-
Ortiz.
you
No,
don't-
because
That's
he showed
crazy,
for
bro.
Coach Solis,
So-
right?
yeah.
when he died
Yeah.
at his funeral, he show up.
Yeah, of
that's
course.
How I know him. Yeah.
Solis was the man.
You really
What
don't
a
know who
coach.
Vitor Belfort is.
Who's that?
He just
Okay.
you need to do a deep dive
whenever
on like
it's
old
juice.
school MMA.
Bro, this guy right here invented TRT. This man was
That's him about
absolute-
75 years old.
That's
then.
him as
Still
an
rich.
absolute knockout artist. This guy, dude, do you have no clue? The internet doesn't even want me to show you who this guy is right now. So
That one there, right there. Look, that's before and after the juice.
Oh,
Click on it.
TRT, natural testosterone.
Well, that's what he was taking. That's what he was allowed to take by the doctors. But I guarantee there was some other stuff sprinkled
Here's a
in
photo
there.
before and after USADA. This man was a natural phenomenon.
Make that bigger.
His nickname was Phenom. I mean, he is the man of all. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, your
But
Wi-Fi.
No, this is crazy. But listen, this guy was on so much TRT, he could run through a big brick building. Like, this guy was the man, dude. Knockout. I don't know. I don't understand how you don't know who.
So
Vitor
he looked like
Belfort
that
is.
when he fought you?
Yeah.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
This was him as like 19 years old.
Oh yeah, no, he was knocking people out in the UFC in what 1990 something.
What Carlson
Remember that fight
Gracie-
with Vanderlei Silva?
Yeah, the running-
Vitor Belfort, like the punching charge.
Bro, it's
Unbelievable.
insane, dude. Insane. There's a fight with him. He had literally a full sprint across the cage with just straight right and left and knocks out Vanderlei Silva. The guy's a Brazilian legend. But yes, just to get back to the point, Bisping, this was before and after. What year did you fight him?
2013.
Okay, so that was right after this, right before USADA came into the play, which is
Yeah,
2015,
yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
I don't know why the photo's not blowing up, but yeah, we gotta do a deep
Oh,
dive.
so
for
you got him whenever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
He was-
he fought prime TRT
Yeah.
Vitor. That's
I should have
crazy.
known he was only fighting in Brazil. I mean, click on that one. That one's crazy. That one
This
you were
one?
just on there.
Yeah,
Look
this
at the
one's
difference
nuts.
there. One, he looks like an Adonis. The other one, he looks like a used teabag.
I mean, that is straight.
You know what I mean?
You have to realize
Look at the
he's a
difference.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu phenom, a boxing legend, comes to Hollywood, trains boxing. Like, he literally wanted to be a professional boxer. He was sparring with real-time boxers at the time. He was a complete mixed martial artist, but he was on TRT.
Hey, the guy's a legend.
Yeah, he's
though.
a legend.
He's one of the first big names.
He's in the
and
Hall of
big
Fame. How do you not know
stars.
who this guy is, man? We got to get your game up, dude. This is crazy. All right, last one for you, Bisping, is Dan Henderson or Rashad Evans?
Fought them both.
Yeah.
Beat Dan Henderson last time. That guy hit so hard, man.
Really?
It's insane. He is one of the hardest hitting guys ever in mixed martial arts.
Really?
First time he knocked me out cold. Second time I won the fight, but he still smashed my orbital. My eye was swollen out here. Yeah, no, he's a tough son of a bitch.
Who is the toughest guy you ever fought?
Maybe Dan Henderson.
No way.
Yeah, he
I thought
is.
it was you were going to say Anderson Silva.
Nah, well, I mean, Anderson Silva is incredible at what he
technical,
did
huh?
and super technical, and you know, you can't
tough is
say
different.
anything bad. But Dan Henderson was, I mean, he's tough as nails, man.
That's crazy.
And then
Because
this
I
is
beat the shit out of him in that second fight, and he wasn't going away. I was picking him apart. He landed some good shots on me in round 1 and 2, but the rest of the fight, I thought I was going to get him out of there. But he's tough as hell, man.
and then this is just for both of you. If you had to fight one or the other, you just tell me who, Strickland or Whitaker.
Me fighting
Yeah.
him? I know
You
Strickland.
can't say Strickland, otherwise he's going to come around with a shot.
He might actually try to fight you.
Shit, I know Strickland, so I fight Strickland.
So you live in Houston, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be there next week.
Yes.
Strickland
It's a fight night.
versus what am I saying? Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Alexander Hernandez.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be a good fight.
that's a good fight. I'll be there.
That's a
Hey,
good
who wins
fight.
that one?
I can't say I'm commentating the fight.
Oh, really?
So I can't make a pick on that. Well, yeah, it's disrespectful. You know, if I'm commentating the fight and I
That
was
is
said
true.
publicly, oh, I think this
got
guy
it.
wins.
What do you think? What do you think Sean Strickland has over Fluffy? The pace.
Is it? No, I think both of them have a great pace. Fluffy's got an incredible gas tank. The best weapon Sean's got is his jab, his height. And he's actually got really good jiu-jitsu. We were talking about this last week. Like Fluffy takes people down and grinds on them, but Sean's hard to take down, hard to hold down, gets up really well. And on the feet, he's got a great jab. I mean, people say he's got a defensive style, you know, because he does back up a lot and he does pump that jab. But when he starts doing a bit of damage, he'll change up the style. He'll go forward and look for the finish.
Last two guys I have is who hits harder, Pereira or Francis Ngannou?
Pereira.
Oh, you think so?
What?
Really?
Because, like I said, like the way that they throw punches, right? Pereira just right here, and
does.
Ngannou is like
He does. He swings
you know,
like a
imagine
maniac.
Pereira swing like that.
Yeah, Pereira's clean.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's why
And
I
he
said
does
that.
have like weird, insane punch power, and
Crazy.
he keeps it clean. He's not
Crazy how he
overloading.
drop people. Yes.
Who
Yeah.
do you think? Who do you think, Coach?
Oh, Francis. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got the record right for punching harder
I
than.
think France. I mean, I trained with Alex, and he was so gracious to come out here and train with me in Rampage. And his technique and the way he understands distance and control is crazy. Even Plino was talking to us about the things he brought to them. I mean, his striking and the way he puts it all together is so crazy. It's so dynamic and different than what most people would think because he's very analytical. People don't understand this. I know he doesn't talk a lot. He just says trauma, but the guy spent 2 hours here breaking down just the way he kind of feints and makes you think he's still in the same range, but he already took a step closer. And he like spent an hour just trying to explain to me, like, hey, bro, I've been watching you spar. Like, stop putting your head down. I'm like, bro, I just post those videos because I'm sparring against UFC champs and I'm trying not to die.
Yeah,
He's like, no,
yeah,
but if you're
yeah.
going to spar the right way. I'm like, all right, thanks, champ. I appreciate that.
But what he did against Magomed Ankalaev in the
Crazy.
29 seconds or 59
Crazy.
seconds or something.
He showed everybody why he's the man.
Yeah, exactly.
And then last one I got for both of you guys, Conor McGregor, love him or tired of him?
I love him. He's the
you
one
can't
that
deny
got
what
me
he
into
did
the
for
game.
sport, man.
Amen.
You can't deny what
We
he
see
did
a lot
for
of
the
fighters
sport.
that keep saying, stop talking about him. Who cares if he comes back? We got to have him back on the White House.
Bro, he
card.
got the sport to where it is.
See,
Like,
you know your history a little
because
bit.
because
we need
if
this.
it wasn't
We
for
need
him,
this. Yeah.
I would have never been here.
No way.
I found out about UFC and MMA because of him and Mayweather. You know what I mean? So that's when I do my homework. But
Me and Conor go back a long way. Like he hit me up looking for a manager, and I introduced him to his manager and stuff right at the start. So I've known Conor for a long
No
time,
way.
and we've had like an up and down relationship or whatever. And we don't have a relationship these days, but we used to. But you can't deny what the man did for this sport,
Amen.
you know. And anyone saying, because I was talking about this with Paul Felder recently, because he was like, "Yeah, no, he's done. Even if he does come back to the White House," I'm like, "Dude, listen." Right, we all have our personal demons. That guy, what he achieved, what he did in this sport. I mean, look at him in 2016, the way that he beat Aldo, the way that he beat Eddie Alvarez. You're telling me that this guy can't get on the straight and narrow, clean his act up, and then come back after 6 months of hard living, you know what I mean? And resemble somewhat of the greatness that he had? Of course he can. Human beings are capable of incredible feats, you know, and if Conor McGregor did it once, I'm sure he could do it again.
100%.
man, I just hope. I just wish he would have never came back after that Floyd fight, bro. He could have retired the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that would have
And
been crazy if he did that.
But he had some ups and downs. I think he really, the whole Dustin thing, I think just with the hype and the buildup and him, you know, he got his get back with Nate Diaz. I think he was hoping he was going to get his get back with Dustin. Then I think when you're that large of a superstar too, I think a lot of people forget he made hundreds of millions with proper, you know, with his whiskey company. So I think he was just in a different
Well, it's
world.
not just that. I mean, he was in a different world.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about one of the most famous men on the planet. And like he can't
Without a doubt.
he can't operate a normal life. And you can't trust anyone around you. I'm not saying anything bad about his circle or anything like that. But like when you're that guy and you're worth that amount of money, you know, it's like how do you know if anyone's telling you the truth? How do you know if anyone's giving you good advice when everyone wants something from you? You know, so it's like
how do you even have time to train?
yeah, you can't do anything.
about
I mean,
that.
I
He's
get
having
recognized
trouble.
in
He's having trouble right now?
Training because he's freaking traveling.
Imagine
what
you're
I'm
that
saying?
guy.
Imagine that guy.
Yeah, you know.
Wait,
I
have
mean,
you been
hey,
in the
cry me a
gym?
fucking river, right? The guy's got
He's got
hundreds of
600 million in the bank. I'll be good on training.
Yeah.
Wait, before we go in the cage, have you been training?
Yes.
Yes.
Coach is like, yeah, don't get it twisted.
No, but I still run though. Like
That's the thing
even
about it. He
when I'm out
runs.
at
You like to run?
Yes.
get
Good.
my cardio up, you know.
Yeah,
Runs a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
What, you do a lot of road work, like just miles, run through the neighborhoods?
Yeah, like when we was in Australia, we do sprint and
Yeah.
all that on the beach and
That's
stuff
amazing.
like that. So get
You
cardio
got to
and
run,
do-
man. People don't want to run
Yeah.
because
It's
they're
that
lazy.
important, huh?
I remember Pereira. I had this strength and conditioning coach, and he's like, for this camp, what we're going to do is we're not going to do as much running because I feel like you're stripping away too much muscle and power. You're running too much. And so I go into the gym one day. I said to Pereira, I said, so he doesn't want me doing running for this camp. And Perilla's a very cynical guy. He's like, yeah, you know why he doesn't want you running? I said, why? He said, because running's free. He can't bill you $250 an hour when you're going for a run, you know? You got to run. You got to strengthen the legs, man. You got to have that cardio.
That's so true. Okay, we're going to jump in the cage. I want to ask you some things about some of the guys in your division, how you would fight them, get some feedback from Bisping, and kind of just walk through things and let people see a different side. Plus, we got a special guest. Hold on. Hey, bring him in here.
Who is it? Oh,
Let's bring him in the cage. We'll see him in the cage. Let's go.
All right, let's
oh
go.
shit.
Question mark kick. Can you kick him down? Hell no.
I'm gonna get that leg up there a little bit. Question mark kick is always right down the middle. So usually I use it like a jab, almost like a teep kick. Yeah. So you're teeping, but then you rotate out, throw that leg, and then let whip back. It's almost like you throw your leg. Throw your leg out so you're getting outside the target when you come back down.
So you do it with the lead leg.
I like the lead leg and the back leg. You know, the back leg is that there's that variation kick. You know what I mean? Where I'll go low. Okay. I'll go high. I hit high. Boom, and then elevate up. That's actually what I got him with both the setup. So, boom. So basically, you come down the middle, get that looseness, and now I'm swinging outside. I step, almost like kind of step in like I'm gonna jab kick. I step in, and then here, I swing my foot, rotates my hip up, and I try to whip it back and use the body force back down.
Boom. Or lead. You
Front
said
leg,
lead,
front
right?
leg, yeah.
Say
It's
boom.
more distracting. It's like
And you go. Hey, it's a kicker at all.
Yeah, I mean, but even like on a front kick, it's like it's easy. A front teep kick is a lot more like faster and easier and more effective than a back leg, because like you can see the motion of the back.
Yeah.
So on the front, you just want to do a little whip jab, boom. That way I can hurt you because you're not expecting it. And now the same thing with the question mark kick.
Yeah.
It's just a little whip jab setup. So here the same thing, boom, step. I don't want to kick you, so I was there.
Luke's got those loose hips, man.
Yeah, I just.
Wait, is that the key? To do that? The
Certainly don't want tight hips.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the flexibility, it's got to be something flexible about you.
Some of your size.
I was going to say, bring it to Luke's a little bit.
Wait, do you throw a lot of kicks?
Leg kicks, and body kicks.
What, coach?
You can't pick them no legs up, man.
What do you guys train? Like, what's a normal training day look like at the gym? Just striking, jiu-jitsu all on the same day?
Everything, yeah. So usually we'll have like a striking and jits, you know. So we have like jiu-jitsu and boxing one day, and then we have Muay Thai and wrestling the next day. So both days we're doing both things.
Okay, so we kind of just walked through how you would do a question mark kick with Luke Rockhold, who is known probably as one of the best kickers the UFC's ever seen. Now, I wanted to kind of sit down with Bisping and you and go through, if you were going to have that rematch with Pantoja, what are things you guys think you need to work on? What are things you think you need to watch out for? And Bisping, maybe we could start with you just breaking down what you think if that match gets, called.
Yeah, I mean, with Pantoja, what you've always got to be careful of, he wants to get the takedown, he wants to get that body lock. He'll throw punches, but he's always looking for this. And I like going against Josh because he makes me look good, because he's so small that I can look really strong. But he's always looking for the body lock, right? That's what he's going to want. So what are your thoughts? Like, going into that first fight against Pantoja, what was the game plan? Or were you just going to plant your feet and just say, bring it?
Well, that's what I should have done is instead of swing with him, right? Because he come in here, he throw a leg kick, and then
inside,
he rush, the outside, and then I back up, and then he throw it again, and then he just, and then trying to get the takedown, right? Instead of me swinging with him, I should have hit him with them straight punches, right? Because he don't move his head. He swing, but then he don't move his head. So instead of like, because I kind of swing with him, and then he throw this one, and then I kind of swing with him.
Okay.
So when he do this, his shoulder's right there to kind of like block his face, right? So instead, like when he swing that, like kind of like just meet him in the middle.
Straight down the middle, boom.
Boom, right in the middle. That would have caught him.
Yeah.
Of course. And then when he's come forward, seeing he rush in, just take out his knee leg, that would just,
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but he's gonna look for the body lock takedown. He's gonna try and back you up again. Well, saying that, he doesn't really back you up as in like use his feet and cut the cage off. He kind of rushes, doesn't he?
Yes.
He rushes, he throws punches, he gets it to react, and then he falls to here, and then he gets the fence here. This is when he goes to work. So, what were you working on against the fence there? Anything in particular?
A lot of takedown defense, but then what we work on is circling around the cage, right? Which I think it only lasts 26 seconds, but you will kind of see, like, even when I throw a strike, I was circling out. Like, I wasn't backing up straight.
What leg did he throw when he broke his arm? So right leg?
Yeah, right leg.
Boom.
He throwing 1-2 kind of like, he throwing jab, and then, there you go, that's what he landed.
And you caught it.
He hit me.
But
you
caught it though, right?
Like, move away, so you didn't, like, land it hard.
Throw the kicks. He's a little more flexible than I am right now.
Hey, Bisping, stick to the hooks, I'll work on the kicks, right?
Yeah.
What is the corner that we never thought existed? Mike Bisping and Luke Rockhold working the corner for Joshua Man. No, but you talked about this earlier, Bisping, about the cage work, understanding the cage. Coach Daniel, as you guys have been training at 4 Ounce Fight Club in Houston, you talked a lot about the cage work you guys were going to have to do in the clinch work, and that was something that I thought was kind of unique, because you said things that you saw he might need or might, encounter.
Yeah, so the first thing first, we know Pantoja doesn't like to shoot in like a wrestler, right? He'll start swinging, he'll start throwing, and try to lock up. So first thing we'll start working is a lot of underhooks.
So back on there,
so he comes in right away. He comes in right away. We just start working on get him out the mat, boom, get him out the cage, right? So if he says he does get me against the cage right here, right? This is where he starts working on trying to get the back.
Got it.
This is where he starts, so we're trying to do this a lot, right?
Yeah.
So knee, to the side, boom. So we're just trying to get them off and trying to get them underhooks, really trying to work on this, trying to get out the underhooks. That was a big thing.
What about if
'Cause he doesn't
going down,
shoot.
Bisping, you talked about having a good technique to get up from your feet.
I mean, if Pantoja gets the body lock, if he's got the body lock here, I mean, Pantoja likes this and you're going to go down because he's really good. To get the underhook isn't that easy because he's nice and tight and he's squeezing. So what you're going to do is get a whizzer here and turn your hips, and that just makes that little bit of a hole here. So you turn there, then you come here, and then now it's down to a 50-50, and then you turn here.
Yes, so Bisping, as you're saying that and going through that, and coach, what were you saying, Josh?
Yes, the wizard. The wizard is what we. The wizard is the big thing, and then get the underhook. And like if when he's shooting, if like he said, if we can't get this, and it's right here, we keep that wizard. And you know, right here, that's when we.
And then obviously if he gets the takedown, Daniel, so if you come in my guard, if he gets the takedown here, this is the way that I used to get back to my feet a lot. I would love to see the fences there. Obviously, day one technique is the shrimp, right? So you just push in the head, you move a little bit, he follows. Push in the head, move a little bit, he follows. This time when I pushed in the head, I moved a little bit, but I opened my guard. And what's any guy going to want to do? They're going to want to pass guard. So they step over to half guard, which gives me what I want. Because now I can use this overhook, this foot, and get out this hand. And now it's just this movement here. Super easy. That wouldn't work if I was in full guard. So from here, I just come here, and then I won't get the underhook. And he drives up against me here, and then we're back into this game. So by opening the guard and allowing them to pass it, I'm setting the trap to get back to my feet. It's nothing.
You believe Manel's gonna shoot in on you if you guys fight?
Definitely.
But he doesn't do that much. Bisping, you seen him do that much?
I've never seen Manel shoot
as
a double leg takedown in my life. But fuck it, let's go, Josh.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Nobody hit him. Nobody hit him. Because every time he fights somebody that can hit him, he's right here, right? You don't want to engage. Like, look at when he fought, who's that? Makai. What happened? He's right here. Look at when he fought.
Makai's a bit of a different beast, though, because of the wrestling that he has.
Look at when he fought Manel. I mean, no, Manel, when he fought Pantoja, he didn't want to engage. Like, the thing is, every time he fight a guy that can crack, he don't want to engage.
And I'm not disagreeing, but I think the similarity between those two fights is that Makai is a wrestler, Pantoja is a wrestler, and he's a striker that wants to stand on the feet, he wants to cut off the cage, he wants to throw flying knees, he wants to throw right hands, he wants to knock you out. But then when you go up against a guy that just wants to take you down, it's like, shit. You know, and it's this thing. It's like, if I throw a shot, if I overcommit, I'm going to end up on my back.
You say you never see him shoot.
Yeah.
He shot on that Pantoja fight.
I'm sure he can shoot.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. I just don't think it's one of his strong suits. I think in his arsenal, he wants to throw a lot of technical knees, a lot of crazy hands. He wants to really kind of engage, I think, in fighting. Maybe if he feels your power, maybe that's what you feel he wouldn't do, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because Pantoja did crack him in the first fight.
Yeah.
Hit him a couple of times and then he shoot. I don't know why. Because I feel like he was getting the better of Pantoja anyway in that striking, you know what I mean, in the later round.
Yeah.
But then, like, he don't want to engage whenever he get hit.
One guy that we never spoke about much in the interview is Tatsuro Taira.
Yes.
What do you think about this guy? Because I think he's phenomenal.
He's good.
He trained here a little bit with Coach Brillo.
Yeah,
for a few months. He was training here with Coach Brillo. He's incredible boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, great boxing, great jiu-jitsu.
Hey, Josh, get on
Oh, he's great all round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Against Moreno. You know, he's
Great boxing.
Certain things come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I think he has great boxing. What do you think, Josh?
Deep tech.
It's alright, you know, like
He's got good wrestling.
Because what was it? Well, he got the body lock takedown, I think, and he took down Moreno straight into the mount.
Oh yeah, like
Straight into the mount.
Then he
And
burned
Moreno,
his back.
Moreno.
They flatten them out. No, I think that's what happened. I think
Moreno's not bad. Things happen in fights.
No, exactly. Moreno knows.
Moreno's good at like he's a wrestling takedowns, but he's expecting.
When you're in this position here, you're gonna take shots, right? So what you got to do is you never turn your back, which is what Moreno did. But it's day one. It's just just this. It's just like that. You're gonna take shots, but you never turn your fucking back, which is what he did. But it's easy to say when you're not the guy. When you've just been punched in the face and you're making mistakes and you're panicking and all the rest of it, it's easy to sit here now in the cold light of day and say, oh, never give up your back. He knows that. Brandon Moreno knows that, but he got cracked.
He just got cracked.
It was like, man, when it's that early on in a fight too, it's hard to get your bearings. You know what I mean? Like, cause you're really dry and like you haven't get that relaxation settled in. You know what I mean? Where you're like, fuck, what's going on? You're like,
how do you
in a weird
recalibrate?
Situation when it happens like too.
How do you recalibrate? Like if you got knocked, if you go down, how do you recalibrate?
Because typically when you're on your feet, and I've been rocked many, many times in fights, and when you watch it back, it doesn't really look like it. You use your feet, you get on your bike, you dance around a little bit, you play it off, you have a poker face, but inside your head, it's bing, you've been fucking rocked and you're dancing around, you're like, I'm good, and then take a few seconds, you're like, okay, all right, let's go again, I'm back. But when you're on the ground, when you've been dropped, and then the guy's mounting you, and he's dropping shots, you got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and one little mistake, which is what he made, that could cost you the fight.
So Josh, if you were gonna get prepared to fight Moreno, how would you fight him?
Moreno, pick him apart.
Really, he has good boxing.
Everybody said that, but I don't think he got a good boxing. No, to be honest though, like no disrespecting to him, he's a great fighter, of course, but boxing, no. He's not technical at all. He brawls. He's a brawler.
He's very wide and open. Yes. He's very wide and open, like you were saying, like just with Pantoja's. He's very sharp and inside. You and Ilya have they're really tight inside boxing where it's like they can beat everyone to the shot. All that wide stuff, like if you just have good structure and you stay inside,
that's not
he can explode on the inside.
If Moreno and Joshua go at it, how do you think Joshua would have to beat Moreno?
Yeah, I mean, well, you talked about it before by using the straight shots, because Moreno, stand here for the camera, when he gets in the pocket, he does plant his feet and he does kind of swing a little bit recklessly, where you were talking about when they swing like that, just boom, now you swing, boom, just hands tight, just clean boxing, just nice straight shots, footwork, in and out movement to bring those shots out when he swings, hit out, and then back in, boom, here, just nice clean stuff. But Moreno's pretty goddamn good at what he does. He's fighting Loney Kavanaugh coming up soon.
Yes,
do you know Loney?
Yes.
Loney Kavanaugh's good, man. He was doing great.
I think that's a very tough fight for him.
Why is that?
That guy's good. I fought his teammate. What's his name? His teammate.
Brad Pickett?
No, I mean New England.
Nathaniel Wood?
Wood. I fought Wood, and they're both very.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But in those cat kicks, they're really good.
Yeah, Loney's very, very talented. He's an up-and-coming prospect. Massive opportunity against Brandon Moreno, and a tough one for Moreno, because Moreno's the man. He's the long-time champion and all the rest of it. Then you lose to Loney. That's not a good sign. And for Loney Kavanaugh, this is like, oh shit. He just got knocked out by Charles Johnson in a fight that he looked phenomenal in, but he made a mistake. He got a little lazy. He threw a shot. Rather than bringing it back here, he did that, got it down, and boom, big left hook. You know that one.
I did.
Yeah.
Got caught.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what happens. And I think Loney coming into this one, he's going to be dialed in.
We've seen you guys as we get ready to wrap this show up. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming out here, Coach. I appreciate you. Luke, thanks for joining the corner today with Bisping. That's an all-time. I never thought I'd see them working together like this, but this is what we're doing here. This is what we're doing here.
2016
we're
is a
bringing
long
the world
time
together.
ago.
So you guys have been doing a lot of cage
14-2, don't forget about 14. Hey, no, it's not just 16, and 14 was good.
That's how it ended, though.
Oh my God.
He who laughs longest and loudest.
You heard it, man. So you guys have been doing a lot of
I laugh with two eyes.
But I knocked you out with one. Imagine what I would have done with two eyes. Holy shit. Just imagine.
when Luke's done having his romanticizing affair with Bisping in the cage, I want to see what you guys have been working on the cage work. I've watched some videos on Instagram. I've seen some stuff that you guys have been doing. What exactly are you guys been drilling and working on?
Honestly, it's just on the cage work. Whenever we're against the cage, honestly, because he's a little quick summer gun right here, right? Everybody, and he pushes forward. Everybody's gonna try to take him down. I think everybody's gonna try to take him down, right?
Yeah,
so
of
we've
course.
been really working on, just in case you do get a little wrestler, if they start dropping down, come up, bring them up, get them off, try to get off the cage, don't be in the cage. And honestly, just, this is, you wanna see what we've really been practicing all the time? All right. Whenever I'm right here, right, because he's gonna fight wrestlers, right? Pretty much as gonna do. Right, shoot. Boom. Right there. That's it. That's literally what's gonna be happening right now.
But that's a key part, because on the break, when fighters shooting or when somebody gets back to their feet, the guy on top, they want to break, they want to rest, and then that's your opportunity if you've worked back to your feet, or if you've defended the takedown, that's your opportunity to strike, because they think the guy that's shooting or the guy that held you down, okay, so we're going to take a little second now and readjust. It's like, no, we're not. Boom, boom, we're going to go right on you.
That's what
Taking advantage of those moments.
That's the thing about him, that he don't start coming forward. That's like, he doesn't come, like he literally just the whole time.
Is that from cardio, the pace? Where does that come from?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
You just want to put the pace on them the whole fight?
Yes.
You want to be in control of the cage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right here, you give them time to think. But then if you right here, you know what I mean, consistent, then they got to worry about what you're going to throw. You know what I mean? Right here, yes.
Yeah. And talk to me before we go. Is a lot of the training consistent? It's the same thing every day, or are we changing it up based off who we're fighting? Because I've heard you say before, you don't even watch tape of who you're fighting, maybe until you get the call.
We watch him. Yeah, us as coaches, we watch him. We don't watch him. We watch him.
Yeah,
the
got it.
coaches and.
But is the training program training fighter to fighter, or are you kind of just staying consistent to what you need to work on personally as a fighter?
You tell me what to do, and I just do it. Yeah.
And you listen like that?
Yes.
You literally, you don't have any kind of input?
No question. Whatever my coaches want, is what I do.
That is a great thing. He's like a video game.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's like playing a free video game.
My problem was, because when I was, towards the end of my career, I'd done this for a very, very long time. And a lot of the coaches, I know you fought for a long time and you've got tremendous experience, but a lot of the coaches that I'm training with, and I'm not talking about Pereira, it's like they've never fought professional MMA. And I'm like, believe it or not, I know a little something about this sport as well. So I call bullshit on that, and I don't think that's the right strategy at all. But obviously, you have ultimate faith in your coach, so that's beautiful to see.
No, he usually just watches himself, and I fought for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And crazy thing about it, he's kind of like me, just pushing forward with way better boxing. I was better. You know what I'm saying? I'm a ground guy. He's a boxer, so it just helps him out with everything, man. Because he's really good in the standing up, and I was really good in the ground. So it just gives everything to him.
So before we wrap up, champion, 3 champions, a current champion, in the cage. And I know one thing we talked about was underestimating people. I'm sure Luke underestimated Bisping going into that fight. Did you? Because you were like, it was. I mean, yeah. It was a quick call, right? And that's what he had said. You've said this in multiple interviews. I'm not even trying to start anything. No. He said this.
Trying to start shit.
No. He said multiple times.
This guy.
He said multiple times in interviews. He got the call. It was a week.
Of course.
He was okay. But what ends up happening is then he comes in.
Get it, Josh.
Yeah. You see what's happening here? Man. God, I can't even talk. I'm just the host, dog.
When you're minus 1,000, your fucking mind goes in bad places,
As a champion who has fought some of the best talent in the world, how can 2 former champions give good advice to someone to not underestimate opponents, to stay sharp, to not be the guy that goes into the cage thinking everything's, going to be easy?
Well, I never did that. because my head isn't so far up my arse. You know what I'm saying? I never did that. I always respected fucking everyone, and I knew that they were a viable threat. And it sounds like Josh has got his head screwed on, he's working hard, he listens to his coaches, he thinks Manel Kape's going to shoot, but he's out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
He's going to throw, bro. He's
A
gonna
flying
shoot.
knees coming, dude, from Cipriani, dude. Have you seen the way Manel gets down?
He gonna shoot.
Okay.
We can bet on this.
Okay. I'm a Joshua Van fan, so I'm with you.
No, I'm telling you.
The bell rings, you're gonna come straight forward.
If not the first round, second round, he gonna shoot.
Luke has a good point.
No, the bell rings. Bell rings. You moving straight forward?
Yeah, for sure.
Even though you know he's going to shoot on you.
Putting that pressure.
He shoots in on you. You sprawl.
I don't think he'll shoot right away. I think.
Yeah,
they're
he gonna
throw
try
down.
to do his thing, and when it's not working,
You think he's fast? You think he has fast hands?
well, his last fight he looked slow. But he.
Do you think Tatsuro or Tyra though? We're talking about Manel Kape.
Yes.
Could it be Tyra next?
Yeah.
I asked for both. But
It's
as
one
of
of
right
them.
now, yes, it was hopefully one of them soon. And whoever signed the contract first is who I'm gonna fight.
What is that guy?
But like
that just
what I
fought?
was saying, bro, his last fight he looked slow, but he was more powerful
He
than
broke his hand,
ever.
right?
Kyoji Haraguchi. Broke his hand on
Haraguchi.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
See, I was telling him, hey, let's watch. Well, I watched this fight, you know, and I was telling him, hey, be careful because this guy, you know, he's good.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fast. That guy's really fast.
Fast.
But I think that's a good fight for him too.
Haraguchi? Yeah.
I think that's a very good fight. for him.
They're all good fights. And as a champ, everybody's coming for you. So before we go, Luke, any advice for the champ on how to stay on top?
Just stay sharp on the feet.
I love that.
Hips forward.
Any advice as a champion on how to stay on top for this guy?
Well, just think about what got you here in the first place, and work in the same way. And yeah, it's great being the champion of the world, but you're now the guy with the bullseye on you. You're
Big
the
target.
guy. You're the man that everyone wants to fight. And every time they fight you, you give them the opportunity to change their life. Your life stays the same. So every time they fight you, they're like, okay, this is the one. We're going to push out all the stops. We're going to spend all the money on a training camp. We're going to fly in all the training partners. We're going to get the nutritionist, the chef. We're going to get everything because, we have a chance at becoming the champ. You know, so don't forget that. Keep doing what you're doing and all the best.
Yeah, and I think as a fan, it's just amazing to see the loyalty you have to your coach, and you don't see that a lot. You see a lot of people switch up when they get belts or switch camps, switch gyms, but I think that's what gets
I'm about to leave
you.
him right now.
Yeah.
I'm about to leave him. I don't know about no loyalty, but yeah. I'm not gonna keep him around.
Maybe when you're free, research who Mighty Mouse is. You can maybe learn something. He might come out here for a camp.
You don't want to train with him. He'll get fucked up.
Mighty Mouse.
No, he'll get fucked up.
Oh, okay.
My mother
I
fucked
get
us up.
fucked.
I'm just what I heard.
I love this relationship.
Hey, Mighty Mouse is coming out here for a week. Listen,
This is how champions are made.
Luke Rockhold, Daniel Pineda, the head coach of Joshua Van, Michael Bisping, champions everywhere. You're watching Jaxxon Podcast Inside the Cage. We're out.